Top of the morning, guys. This is it. The entrance to the world's finest motorcycle museum, the Barber Vintage Museum. Woohoo! We're finally here. Took me decades to get here, but I'm finally here and totally excited to be sharing this experience with Christy and you guys. So come on in. Let's check it out. They're open 7 days a week except for holidays, and today's Sunday. So walking in the front door, the hype is real. Unbelievable. Look at that Lotus up top there. Car. There's 9 world-class vintage bikes right there, and this is a 5-story museum. The gift shop is one of the best I've seen in any museum. It's pretty fantastic. We'll have to go in there and get some goodies, but here's an overview of the whole facility. Right now we are in that building right there. That's the museum building. You see the parking lot there where we're parked, and they have a road that goes all the way around the entire perimeter. I would have to guess it's got to be about a 3-mile road because the track is 2.38 miles. That's the actual racetrack right there with all the paddocks, and they have massive events here. Over in the corner over here, that's a type of a proving grounds where they take cars and do skid pad testing and all that kind of stuff. Surrounded by 88 acres of pristine woods. And look at this place, just unbelievable. Look at that. Wow. Just beautiful. A century of innovation. 1919 Harley Davidson, battery and coil ignition, 3-speed transmission, 8 horsepower, all the way up to the 2020 electric. There's a video of the grounds. The grounds are absolutely spectacular. The Vintage Festival, again, October 6th, 2018 is the one they're showing. The 2021 event is on. And you can see how many people were there. The place was absolutely packed. The whole backfield, the parking lots everywhere around. Just spectacular. We'll be here for sure for that. So they recommended going up the elevator here, but before we do that, that's the elevator, the central elevator shaft here to bring you up to the 5th floor. They were inspired by the Guggenheim Museum. Before they built this, Mr. Barber had loaned 21 motorcycles to the Guggenheim Museum, and that's when they did something similar to this, where they had a multi-tiered display. And I think that's where he got the inspiration to do it. Look at these Triumphs. Look at this one right here. Wow. Just beautiful. That's a modern Triumph street tracker. And here's a couple of original Triumphs. This one's by Gene Romero Triumph. That's the guy that had the 750 Triumph that we bought. That's where it originally came from. Look at this. Wow. Look at these Ducatis. Just beautiful. I really like the displays, the wooden displays. Here's a beautiful Slippery Sam replica. 3-cylinder, 5-speed Triumph Trident. Just unbelievable. Wow. These are Jawa road racers. This is just the entryway, folks. There's thousands of bikes here. Just incredible. Lots of beautiful artwork on the walls. There's a Norton. 1962 Norton Manx. This here is a 1956 MV Agusta. There's a Ferrari. Harley Davidson factory road race bikes. And one Bimota. And another stunning Ducati. 73 Desmo 750. 67 Aramaki. FB Mondial. Yamaha TD1B twin cylinder. And a 1958 Norton Manx. Very rare, highly collectible piece. This looks like a Vincent. I think it's a Rapide. Look at that, made in England. Quality. The original monoshock, but actually it was 2 shocks. Linkage suspension, a Vincent Gray Flash. Walking down, we're just realizing that it is 5 floors, but they're really half floors. There's a half of a 5th floor there. And then it goes down a half a floor, sort of, to the 4th floor, which is the smallest floor I think I've seen in the building. 5th, 4th, and this is the 3rd floor right here. It appears the 2nd floor below us is the entire floor, but the 5th floor and 3rd were the mask police here. Hold on. Here we step down to the 3rd floor. 3rd floor is a 1960 to current model exhibit. Probably the ones we'll be most familiar with if you're in the 20 to 60 age group. Looking around, I see a lot of familiar faces here, so to speak. I guess we could go down this way here, or you can take a right or a left. We'll take a right. A couple of BMWs. Now most of these bikes we're going to have had through the museum. Here's an Interceptor 500. We've had that in the New England Motorcycle Museum. A VF 1000. I've owned multiple ones of these. A 93 Cow Glide, including in 1993 I bought one brand new. Here's an FJ 1200. I've had those. A Ducati 500. We've had those. A Katana 1100. A Norton. I can't say I've had one of those. That's a unique looking Norton motor. Look at this thing. Norton Classic. Wow. Here's a Kawasaki twin cam E-Box ZX10. I've had those. 750 F1. We just sold 2 of these not too long ago. Tons of these. I had one of these new back in the day. We even had a Bimota in the museum. That was Pete Barcaros's. Here's a Honda Rune. Had a bunch of these. That's a beautiful piece. And another black one over there, and a Victory. Yamaha R1. Honda MM4. MZ1000. A Ducati. This is called the Fireblade. CBR 1100 XX. Here's an MV Agusta F4. What a beautiful piece. Just love the red, gold, and black and carbon fiber. Look at the details on this thing. So we're going to head back to the campground, and we stayed at the AOK campground for about a week in Alabama.
I really like the AOK.
AOK was really nice. The campground we're staying at now is, what's it called?
Oak Mountain.
Oak Mountain Campground. It's only about 10 or 15 minute ride from here. Birmingham is packed full of killer restaurants and facilities you can go to. They have a Planet Fitness gym here we went to in the morning, and a killer breakfast place right next door. So plenty of good food and places to stay and sights to see here in Alabama. Definitely check it out. Put it on the bucket list. So we did legs at the gym this morning. Chrissy did a half an hour of cardio, and then we walked for well over 2 hours here. My legs are a little bit sore. We're going to head back to the campground and cook up a couple of T-bones from the, what kind of steak is that? It's
No, we're not having steak tonight. We've eaten steak twice a day for 14 days.
The campground was a Longhorn steak farm, and steer. So they hooked us up with killer Longhorn steaks. It's good for the guns, man, for sure. Got to eat a lot of steak, but not good for the heart. Probably have a stroke. Guys, if you've been following us through the whole tour, leave in the comment section what you think about the place. If there's anything you see here that we should incorporate at our museum, what it is you like about this place, and of course, please like the video. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm. So we're on our way back to the campground. That pretty much wraps up today's adventure. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to visit the Confederate Motorcycle Manufacturing Plant, and you're going to see some wild V-twin American-made motorcycles. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.